So my grandfather, and I've talked about him in another episode, but he died right before his 94th birthday, earlier this year, at the start of this year, January, obviously. And so he used to just have this simple phrase, and he used to just say, just treat people how you want to be treated. Period. Just treat people how you fucking want to be treated. And I'm bringing that up because you never know when you meet someone, or maybe if you used to interact with a person, you don't see them in a very long time, and then you see them again. You have no idea the kinds of things that person has gone through. You have no fucking idea. And I'm bringing this up because there was a young woman. I mean, at the time we were both young, and I was probably older than she was at the time. And some years went by, hadn't seen her. We weren't close, we weren't best of friends, but we were in the same environment. So after a while you see a person over and over again. Eventually you start to say hello, how you doing. You might have little conversations, little chit chats every now and then, but that was it. And then I didn't see her again. I started going to this coffee shop, and at the time I did not recognize her, but she said to me, hey, she knew my name. She remembered me from all those years ago. And I said, do we know each other? Because she said my name like she was familiar with me. She was like, I know I look really, really different. And she gave me her name. She told me where we knew each other. And I said, oh, how, we spoke, said, how you doing? And that was it. But in my mind, it hit me, because even after she told me her name, it still didn't register. It took me a while. And when she said she looked different, she looked different. And I could tell that she had been through some things. All right. I could tell she had gone through a lot. She looked very different. And if she had not said who she was, I would have never known. Ever. She explained to me that when I saw her again at this coffee shop, she told me that she had started drinking very heavily. She became an alcoholic. She's been sober for 3 years. And so I just congratulated her, because I could tell, based on what she looked like when we were in the same environment and what she looks like now, been through it. Okay. And again, I'm not talking about her, because I could feel that she'd been through some heavy shit. All right. But I'm bringing that up because when we see people out in the world, if we think about the life of the person, if we just view people as people, everyone is carrying an experience or experiences, and you have no fucking clue. You have no fucking clue what people have been through. You have and this young woman is also a mother. So if you can imagine her being an alcoholic, being a mother, you don't know what her kids experienced. And you don't know, even with her telling me that, I still don't know the extent of it, nor does she need to tell me, nor do I want to know, nor do I need to know. But if we really take in and we really think about that when it comes to humans, when it comes to other people, we would think twice about what we say to each other. We would think twice about how we treat each other. We would be more courteous. The whole conversation about boundaries, that wouldn't even be a conversation, because we would be more in tune with each other to the point where showing each other physical space, showing each other verbal consideration, that would just be automatic thing. Now, am I telling you that when you are out in the world that you allow people to treat you shitty because, oh, we don't know what they've been through? Fuck no. No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, if we are mindful of each other, if we are in consideration of each other, if we do, like Grandpa said, treat each other like you want to be treated, things would be more calm. People would be more calm. You wouldn't have people showing their ass in airports. You wouldn't have people passing out in airports. Even when you see these situations where, you know, somebody's flight gets canceled or somebody's flight gets delayed, and you see people acting a fucking fool with these flight agents, cussing them out because their flight gets canceled, cussing them out because their flight gets delayed, wanting to know the reason why. There's nothing that flight agent can do. And I believe when I see people reacting that way, has nothing to do with the flight at all. It's people being shitty and thinking that they have a right to treat people a certain way because they're pissed off. Yes, is it inconvenient to have your flight canceled? Yes, I have experienced that. It is inconvenient. But what you gonna do? What? You treating the flight agent shitty, is that going to reverse your flight from, is it going to make your flight uncanceled? No. But I believe people act that way because they think they are entitled to treat people a certain way. They believe that they're entitled to take their frustration out on another person. You have no idea, and I'm using the example of, you know, the flight attendant, because we've all seen the videos of people showing their ass and needing a straight fucking jacket. Okay, we've all seen that. But you have no idea what that agent had to go through to even get to the job. You have no idea if perhaps that agent is experiencing 3 years sobriety. You have no idea if the agent just had someone that they love die, or someone that they love is in the hospital on life support. You have no idea. You have no idea if that agent has escaped an abusive situation. And yes, these are extremes, but these are the types of things that people experience or have experienced in their life. You have no idea if after that flight attendant's or flight agent's shift, if at the end of her shift, he or she has to go to therapy because they're working through childhood trauma. You have no idea. So I just wanted to express that. And I guess I'll save the introduction for the end of this video. Thank you for watching another episode of Tamu Chronicles. Saying the quiet parts out loud with a lot of sarcasm and much more attitude, with no chaser. Daily the long way. Share this video. Share this channel. Thank you to all. At this point, I have 2 new subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. Comment. Let me know what you have taken away from these episodes. I know I'm loud. I curse. But, you know, gets people to pay attention. So, until next time.